Well, good morning. We are in Chiang Mai and we're starting today here in the park, but today I'm going to actually take you out to see a little bit of the nightlife as well. Some daytime event and some evening time. I want to show you places to go and a nice open market that they have here as well. Chiang Mai is a fun place at night. It really comes alive. And I don't get out enough, and I know many of you have asked, show us more of what's happening in the evening in these places that you visit. I will try to do that for sure. I also want to talk to you about this idea that came to me about this lifestyle that I'm living. I travel pretty much to enjoy art and culture, food, music, and this lifestyle could become quite common. What do I mean by that? Do I mean just the people that are retiring? Not really. I'm wondering about what life would be after artificial intelligence is doing pretty much everything for us. After things that we need to have done are taken care of by AI. Food production, maybe production of clothing, production of housing, all of these things, when our basic needs are covered by robots and artificial intelligence. And I don't think we're that far off from this. What will our lives be like? I don't think our lives will be that different than what I am living now. We will have a pursuit for the arts, a pursuit for culture, a pursuit for traveling and music and food. What do you think? Do you think that I'm on the right track? I don't see people just doing nothing, just the opposite. I see us doing what we want to do, and that's what got me thinking about this. We're going to talk a little bit about that today as well. So we've got a lot to see in this video, and we've got some good philosophical discussion to go over as well. Let's get started. This whole conversation started because I was sitting and relaxing here in the park, enjoying myself, and I thought, what an interesting life to get to this point when you are invested to a point where you're not wealthy, because I'm definitely not wealthy, but I am able to cover my bills to a point I can pursue travel, music, culture, food, art. That's an interesting point to get to. Now, it took 35 years to get to that point, but I got there. And it made me realize that for younger people, they're going to get there a lot faster, because artificial intelligence is going to really take a lot of the work that we need to do as humans, and it's going to do it for us. We're going to find ourselves without the need to do jobs, the need to do work. Doesn't mean you can't do it. People will pursue furniture making, and people will pursue working with steel and making art with it. People will still do things, but we won't have to. And that's what made me think about, is this what life looks like after artificial intelligence? And in the pursuit of great coffee and fantastic homemade desserts, Mint Minnow is the place to go here in Chiang Mai. This is not a big coffee shop, and it is not designed for getting you in and out. No, that's not the idea here. Sit down, relax, enjoy the handmade art. Everything is made in-house. I'll take a piece of this banana cake right here. I'll do a cappuccino with that, please. And then I'm gonna do, I'll try a scoop of this sea salt caramel ice cream. In a cup, yes, please. Everything made in-house, the desserts, the cake, all of it. This is art and food come together, and this is exactly what I'm in the pursuit of when I'm traveling. Coffee made slow, the old-fashioned way, and it's so delicious. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. That looks great. Thank you so much. Salted caramel ice cream, a banana bread cake, and a nice hot cappuccino. Are you kidding me? I love this. People are always kind of eyeballing me. I'm over here filming myself. But this is what I think is in store for a lot of people. The pursuit of the joy of life instead of having to pursue work. Traveling to enjoy art and food and culture. This is what might be in store for all of us. And what's wrong with that? It's just that as we are changing from our current culture into the culture where we don't have work anymore, it's going to be quite the shift. Mentally, it's going to be quite the shift. If you're planning to travel like I do and you're concerned about healthcare insurance, check out the first link in my description. It should answer some of the questions that you have about travel, healthcare, insurance. And visit Mint Minimal the next time you are in Chiang Mai. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This has also made me realize, what will people identify by? Let's think about that question. What do we identify by right now? If I asked you, how do you identify yourself? You may say, well, this is what I do as a career. And you worked hard to get there. You studied, you went through, the first stages of those work, and then getting better at it, becoming an expert, becoming a manager, maybe even owning a company in that industry. There were stages, and there was a development of you and who you are today. When we don't have to work, what do we identify by? What is our identifier? Who, if I was to ask you, what do you do? Or if I was to ask you, tell me about yourself, because that might be the new question. It might not be, what do you do? It might be, so tell me about yourself, because we won't do things. We will identify by our love for culture and art and music and how we interact with those things. Will we create it? I think we will, but maybe we'll just enjoy it. Maybe it'll just come to us and we'll simply enjoy these things. This is the stuff I'm thinking about. I love finding these little restaurants that are in the back streets here in Chiang Mai, small places that close up to something smaller than like a container box. Then they fold out to little family-owned operations like this. And you get some of the best food that you're going to have. Some of the best Thai food comes out of these little family-owned operations. Mostly locals sitting here, a few of the tourists that might be staying in a guest house nearby, but otherwise, this is just like eating at home. Homemade meals, fantastic. Each of these meals cost me less than $3. I had first started out with a nice cashew chicken dish, which is one of my favorite Thai dishes of all, made with 3 different types of peppers and onions. Are you kidding me? This was less than $3. Incredible. Follow that up with a chicken Penang made just like if your mom was to make this for you. Are you kidding me right now? Look at this dish. Made with love. Not too spicy. Perfect. She asked me when she started making, she kind of gave me that look like, how spicy do you want it? And I told her, Nick Noi, which means just a little spice. Is this how we will all live? We'll just travel and eat and enjoy local culture and different styles of living and music around the world, perhaps. Thank you so much. Absolutely delicious. Thank you. You are the best. Yum. Bye. Let's try a thought experiment, and in the comment section, let me know what you came up with. If you did not have to fill in the blank, whether it was work, whatever the case might be. If you didn't have to do that every day, how would you fill your day? What would you do if you had the option? If it wasn't a matter of you had to put food on the table, put shelter, put clothing on your back. If those were not an option, what would you do with your day all day long? I thought about that and I realized I was doing it. This is exactly what I would do. I would travel. I would find little restaurants and eat and enjoy delicious food. I would go out in the evening and listen to music. I would read good books. I would have conversations with people that I meet along the way. I would give my family hugs and kisses. I'm realizing that I'm living that life post AI now. That's the life that I'm living. And I'm wondering how you will live your life. I feel people will gather together for music and culture and art the way we did before the internet. That's what I think. And I'm going to gather at Def Shop tonight for Vinyl Night. We're going out for some music. I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. Today we got a chance to start out here in the park, but then we got out and saw a little bit of Chiang Mai in the evening and have a good discussion. The discussion on what will life be when we don't have to do things, when we don't have to work. Work is now done. What does our life look like? I think it looks a little bit like the way I live my life now, and I could be wrong. Are you interested in this life that I live, traveling the world like this as a minimalist? If you are, like and subscribe to the video and come with. If you wonder what it is that I bring in my one backpack, there are links in the description for all of that equipment. There's also a link in the description for my new book, The Traveler and the Bard. Okay, we'll talk again soon. Aloha. Let me give you a Chiang Mai Mad Dog update. The Mad Dogs that I am running into around Chiang Mai, they are fickle. You need to be careful with them. You got to give them a chance to see you more than once. The second day that I see dogs, then they come up to me and they'll start sniffing me, and I can even start petting them. But if it's the first day that they've seen you, I can't even get close to them. They're like real standoff and they bark at you. So you gotta give them the time.
Hello.
Hello. What would you do? Try that again.